welcome everyone again to the JobSmart Edge webinar. I might just ask very kindly if everyone can just turn off their videos and also turn off their microphones. I can hear some keyboards clicking, and it's good that everyone's quite proactive already. So good afternoon, and to some of you, good morning as well. I know that there's a couple of you guys joining from all different regions. So, and we're very, very excited from the business school to be having you on this event, and also to welcome you for the new semester. My name is Hashendra, and I'm the JobSmart Program Manager. And when I moved to Australia originally, I moved as an international student. And one thing that I experienced, and something that so many of my other international student friends experience as well, was that how do I get started? What do I do? Once I moved to Sydney, once I moved to Australia, how do I build my career? And I think that many of you guys getting into a prestigious university like the University of Sydney, I can just imagine that you guys are just as driven and just as ambitious. And particularly during this pandemic and trying to understand what's going to be happening next, going into the rest of this year and into 2022, I guess one big question for you is, how do I become more job ready? How do I expand my skills? And JobSmart Edge has been designed specifically to support you in that space. And in a nutshell, our program is an exclusive and award-winning program offered by the business school for international students to help you build that authentic industry experience, get career coaching, and make you more job ready. So this session is going to go by quite quickly. It's just an hour, so I'm trying to smash through all that we need to cover alongside my colleagues here. And so it will be broken up into two segments. And so the first part is giving you a little bit of a background to JobSmart Edge. And I'll be joined by Swetha Raj, who is one of our JobSmart Edge ambassadors, and she'll be telling you a little bit more about her experience taking part in JobSmart. And following that, I'll be introducing my colleague Jaya, and Jaya will be talking about the Buzz 6102 unit. And this is an amazing unit that we've brought in to work alongside the JobSmart co-curricular program. It's available to postgraduate students, and so Jaya will be expanding on that a little later on as well. So before I jump into what the activities look like, I'm just going to play this very quick video featuring two students that took part in Edge last semester.
My name is Jocelyn, and I'm currently undertaking my Masters of Commerce.
My name is Abhiraj Das. I'm doing my Master of Commerce specialization in marketing and business analytics.
JobSmart Edge has provided a head start in my professional career development by emphasizing on industry engagement and real-world experience. We are actually engaging with our client, and we're really communicating with them and asking them, like, what is your real problem?
At the end of the first week, we had to present client with our report. Over there, the client gave us a feedback, which was really important. The way we were researching, the things which we as a team were doing, was it actually required by the client?
What stood out the most? Definitely the CV workshop. From them, I really learned how I should create a great CV once I finish my degree, which was really, really helpful because I personally have very limited work experience.
One best thing about the JobSmart Edge is its networking opportunities and workshops. I actually connected with someone through one of these workshops, and I have been guaranteed an interview right after I graduate from the University of Sydney Business School.
Aside from the JobSmart Edge experience, all international postgraduate students like myself are also able to earn 6 credit points towards our degree program by enrolling to the Buzz 6102 course as an elective unit.
To all the international students, so if you want a CV streamlined to the Australian workplace, if you want a cover letter, if you want a digital interview experience while sitting back at your home, I think JobSmart Edge program is the right for you.
Sorry guys, just give me a moment, just having the standard Zoom tech difficulties. I'll be back in a second. Awesome.
JobSmart Edge has provided
Everyone's on the screen. Wonderful. I was starting to sweat a little bit there. So you can see in front of you on the screen here the activities that we will be offering through JobSmart Edge. So a lot of those experiences that Abhiraj and Jocelyn spoke about in that video that you just watched are really part of the core, I guess the core identity and the DNA of why JobSmart is loved by so many students. The JobSmart Edge program centers around a digital industry project, which they were discussing about, which is a 2-week amazing opportunity for you to interact and do a project for a Sydney-based firm. So as Abhiraj mentioned, you'll be able to do it from anywhere in the world with a team of fellow students. And all the other activities that fall within JobSmart Edge are meant to support you succeed and build your experience as part of that digital industry experience. So we have other activities such as CV coaching, where you get to speak to some really wonderful recruitment coaches based in Sydney. You get to do a consulting for good volunteer project. We help you with your professional social media branding and presence through building a LinkedIn profile. And you also get access to some really wonderful corporate panels with really senior people based in some really prestigious companies in Sydney as well. So there are 10 activities across the entire JobSmart Edge journey, and they all begin with a welcome workshop. And I will just flag here that you'll be receiving your email invite to JobSmart Edge this coming Monday, so Monday the 22nd. And that invite will take you to the JobSmart portal, which you can access through either your computer or your phone. And so that email invite will come into your University of Sydney address. And as soon as you're able to log on to the JobSmart portal, you'll be able to book into the workshop. So as I said, we have only an hour here, so I'm not able to go into too much detail about these activities, but that workshop will have a lot more, I guess, in-depth details about what you need to do to really succeed throughout the program. And I guess the more fun thing about JobSmart Edge is that it's points-based. So the more points you earn, the more rewards that you will get. So for example, one of our big rewards that we have as part of JobSmart Edge is that if you finish every activity and win 1,000 points, you'll be able to do over the winter break a 3-week consulting project called Global Scope as well. So it's all about not just giving you opportunities to be a consultant for a Sydney-based firm. It's also meant to help you build your skills and understanding about what the job market looks like. And I think one really big benefit is that you'll be getting introduced into a wonderful network of other University of Sydney Business School international students who you'll be able to start building friendships with, so that when you're able to eventually return onto campus, you'll have a really cool set of friends set to go. So, and below this diagram at the bottom, you'll see that the Bus 6102 unit will be fitting in very well to the co-curricular program. So as was mentioned in the video, that's particularly for postgraduate students, but you can do that alongside JobSmart, and those assignments will feed in very well into the JobSmart Edge program if you choose to do it. So Jaya will expand on that very shortly. I think what we will do now is I shall hand it over to Swetha So Swetha is a current student at the University of Sydney Business School, and she is one of our JobSmart Edge student ambassadors. And she's quite excited to be here to share her experiences taking part in JobSmart. Over to you, Swetha.
Thank you, Harshendra. Hi, everyone. I'm Shweta Barade. I'm currently doing my master's degree in finance and accounting. And like most of you, I'm an international student as well. So as part of the orientation, I learned about the JobSmart program, and I was really excited to kickstart the program. Harshendra has definitely explained the mechanics and how it works, like about the program, but let me share my experiences with you. So the JobSmart Edge program has a lot of activities, from building your CV, your cover letter, LinkedIn profile, and also working on some volunteering activities and a digital industry project. So I can actually share my experience as how each of this has helped me. Since I'm from India, there is no concept of cover letter, but when I came to Australia, this entire cover letter concept was very new to me. And even having a CV for 2 pages was very new. So this program actually helped me equip those skills, and I was able to finally have a good resume and a cover letter with me. And in addition to this, I did have a LinkedIn profile, but I really did not know how to work through it. Where do I put all my details and how to make it really catchy to the potential employers? So that's again something that I've learned from the JobSmart program. In addition to all of this, I think it's very important in Australia, where recruiters start looking out if you have a all-round like a profile where you have to have some amount of volunteering experience, and if you have any local work experience as well. And that's exactly where your online volunteering and as well as the digital industry project comes into play. So once you've really acquired all of this, this really helps you to build your profile as such. And I also think that once you start working with other team members who are also international students, who probably are from different backgrounds, it really helps to build your team working skills. You can develop your leadership skills, because once I started being an ambassador, I've probably spoken to so many students. I have mentored some of them, and it's a really good experience, right? So I really have developed those interpersonal skills as well. And I think I've had a great experience through the entire phase. And I think these are probably the perks of the program. And I think everybody should give it a shot, because it's, again, a great thing to do. So yes, that's it from me. Thank you so much, Harshendra. Over to you again.
Thank you, Swetha. I think what we might do now is we might move on to a Q&A segment. So if you have any burning questions about the co-curricular program, I think Shannon will be taking over to facilitate this part. So over to you, Shannon.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask about the JobSmart Edge program, could you just pop them in the Q&A section for me? And I will pose the questions both to Hash and to our student guest today. I've currently got a hello. Sorry, can I ask, what attracted you originally to the program?
Shannon, is that question for Swetha?
Yes, Swetha, sorry.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Shannon, for the question. So the one thing is, as an international student, it is very important that you're going to gain some amount of work experience. At the end of it, your employability is probably your ultimate goal after you finish your degree. So I was very, very keen on gaining some employability through the program. And even before I came to the University of Sydney, the main reason why I really chose the university was for its employability rankings. And when I got to know about this program during my orientation, I knew I had to give it a shot, definitely, and I had to perform really well. So I think I started working on it from day one, and that really helped me get an internship experience, and I think it just went from there on.
Excellent. I've got a question here from Shreya. Is it necessary to enroll for bus 6102 unit to complete the Job Edge program? Hash, can I throw that to you?
Yeah, so the co-curricular program can be taken independently of the unit. So you do not need to enroll in a unit to take part in JobSmart Edge. You can do it separately if you wish.
Okay, and then we've got a new question coming just in now. I want to ask how the application process for the program works. Is there a cap on how many units, a cap on how many students can take part per semester?
No, so this is the great thing about JobSmart. So it's open up to any and all international students at the business school. So what you have to do is send in your EOI through our JobSmart information page, and we'll be sharing the link very shortly, just a little later on.
Okay, and so I've just noticed that Hao Min has asked a question, but it's a question specifically about the unit. I might just say that we'll say this section is going to be about the co-curricular part of the program. We will get to the unit in particular just after this section, and we'll be able to answer your questions about that specific part at that point in time. I'll keep those questions here with me so that you don't have to type out the question again, and I'll read those questions out as we get to that part of the presentation.
Wonderful. Maybe I could also just get, perhaps I can get Shannon or Karen's assistance in just putting in the JobSmart registration EOI link on the chat if possible.
Sure thing. Sorry, just going to scroll down. The new master, can I please ask what we can expect for the activities for semester 1 of the JobSmart program? Would there be any requisite to continue for the winter break consulting project?
Yes. So
will it be required?
Sure. So the way to gain access to the Winter Global Scope Consulting Project would be that you complete all activities as part of JobSmart Edge. So those are just 10 activities that we have as part of the program. So those activities include things like the volunteering activity, the digital industry experience, the CV coaching, the LinkedIn profile. And I think I might also I think there might be some questions here as well in terms of how you can balance those activities with your degree. So on average, you'd spend about 25 to 30 hours across the entire semester doing these activities. So it's actually really easy. It's only a couple of hours that you'd have to commit to it per week. And so it's actually really easy to balance with your degree as well.
We have a question here from an undergraduate student. Are there any benefits for undergraduate students as part of this program? It seems to be focused on postgraduate students. Hash, can I throw that one to you?
Yeah, so absolutely. So thanks for that question. Really, there's no difference in the benefits between undergrad and postgrad students. I think that the one positive thing if you are an undergraduate student is that you have one extra year or maybe one and a half extra years to do your degree and build your networks, build your work experience before you become a graduate. So you can actually, it gives you a little bit more of a head start because, for example, if you take part in JobSmart, you might have a couple of extra semesters once you're done with the program to really apply those skills while still being a student. And the only differentiation between being an undergrad student and a postgrad student is that taking part in the elective unit. So that elective unit's only open for postgraduate students, but for an undergraduate, in terms of the co-curricular 10 activities that we have, there's no difference between the offering for undergrad and postgrad students.
We have another question. I noticed that the outstanding students can be awarded an internship after the JSE program. Can I ask what is the criteria for outstanding performance? Hash, can I throw one to you?
Sure. So we offer, so at the end of JobSmart Edge, we offer the 3-week Global Scope Consulting Project, we only offer a 12-week internship at the end of the second part of the JobSmart program. So JobSmart Edge is actually just one part of our entire JobSmart Edge, of the entire JobSmart program. So Edge is essentially our first phase. And if you complete it successfully, we will invite you to move on to JobSmart Ultra. That's our second phase. And that is a little bit more challenging. And it's what it does is it mirrors a graduate recruitment round. So everything like pitch, how to develop your elevator pitch, how to excel in an online interview, how to excel in an assessment center, that's what we cover. And so it's at the end of JobSmart Ultra that the top performing students get a 12-week internship relevant to their major. So that's still quite a while away. You first have to finish JobSmart Edge. You'll then be eligible for the 3-week consulting project. And then hopefully in semester 2, you'll want to do JobSmart Ultra. And following that, you may win a position in the 12-week internship. But the 12-week internship, it gets quite competitive because we only have a limited number. It's not like the Global Scope project that everyone who finishes JobSmart Edge gets it. It's really the way that we select the winners for these internships is their performance throughout JobSmart Edge and their performance in JobSmart Ultra. So please make sure that whenever you have an opportunity to interact with the JobSmart team, when you're at the workshops, ask questions, contribute, and really try to make sure that all the submissions that you do as part of the activities are of high quality, because we keep taking notes of all the different high performing students. And then at the end of JobSmart Ultra, that's when we select the top performing students based on that entire performance. So I know that's quite a long answer, but hopefully that answered a couple of questions all at once.
So the next question, do you get the same experience as part of the JobSmart Edge program as a extracurricular instead of taking it as a module? I think, Hash, I might throw that one to you to just sort of explain how the two are able to be taken.
So when you mean module, is it as part of...
I think they're referring to the unit. So I think there might be a misunderstanding that like you can do both.
Right, okay. I think the difference is that you will not be getting credit for taking part in JobSmart Edge as an extracurricular program. If you're a postgraduate student though, like I would personally say that there's a huge benefit in taking part in the unit because you're already doing the Edge program. And so a lot of the assignments that come in and reports that are part of the unit, they feed into the activities that you're already doing as part of Edge. So it will be much more organic and simple if you're a postgraduate student and you want to get credit to do it alongside each other. I hope I answered the question there.
Yeah, no, you got it. I have registered for the career development program it might be a career development program, it's meant to say, I'm not quite sure. Can I also take part in the JobSmart Edge program? If yes, will it be easy to balance both activities along with my studies? I just might preface this by saying, without knowing what that career development program is, it's a little tricky for us to answer. Is there anything else you'd like to add there, Hash? Or?
So I think I'd need to understand what the student means by career development program. Yeah, I mean, because JobSmart Edge in itself is a careers and employability development program. So perhaps a student is referring to the CEO, the Careers and Employability Office. There are a number of different activities and events that they run. But that's largely complementary to what the offerings that we have at Edge. JobSmart Edge is tailored for international students. So a lot of our content is tailored with this in mind, whereas the Careers and Employability Office events and activities are much broader. So they could even apply for domestic and like local Australian students as well.
Excellent. Can I also know if this program is suitable for Year 1, Semester 1 students? I might just save that question for later when we're talking about the unit specifically, because I think that might just be a little bit better answered in that section of the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
For the eligibility, a student has asked about the eligibility of the winter program. I will not be in Australia this year. Is it possible for students like me to get an internship opportunity?
Absolutely, and that's the great thing about JobSmart Edge is that no matter where you are in the world, even as part of this semester, all the activities in JobSmart Edge, as well as Global Scope, which is the consulting project, you can access it from anywhere in the world. So it's all digital for this semester.
Someone has asked, I have registered for the JobSmart program on the school's website, and I have to, was going to ask, when will I receive an invitation? When will we be able to start the program?
So I would recommend, so if you've registered already, you will receive your invitation on Monday. And so for everyone else who hasn't yet registered, I think that link should now be in the chat. Please jump on there and register, and you will absolutely receive your invitation to register and sign on to the program on Monday itself.
I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to interpret an acronym to get into PPI. I'm sorry if someone
IPP?
knows.
Sorry? The IPP, the Industry
Okay.
Placement Program.
Oh, okay. So might just be that they've mixed up the letters there. So is this going to help me get into that program and choose the PPI, IPP to take 6102? That might be related to the unit. I'm not sure. Hash, can I throw to you there? Sorry. Does that make sense? Or
yeah. So IPP is a separate unit that's offered by the Work Integrated Learning Hub. And so that is essentially where you take part in an internship. You complete an internship as a unit and you gain credit for as part of that. That is not directly linked to JobSmart, but what we do as part of JobSmart, things as activities such as helping you improve your CV, helping you prepare for interviews, assessment centers, those will all help you if further down the line you choose to do IPP, because IPP is very competitive. And so, you know, they take you through, you need to sit for an interview, a group assessment center, you need to have a very strong application. So if you did want to increase your chances of being successful, of getting accepted into IPP, I would highly recommend that you do take part in JobSmart Edge and also JobSmart Ultra, so that you are quite prepared and also have some great feedback on how you are as a candidate for that process.
okay, it looks like we've answered all the questions about the extracurricular, co-curricular part of the program. We might move on to the next section of the presentation. Okay, throwing it over to Gaia.
Yes, hello everyone and welcome to the panel for the afternoon. I'm very excited to be sharing with you about the JobSmart Edge in-curricular program for this year, which is BUZZ 6102. This is a relatively new course, and through this course you have the opportunity to only
你在路口，我下一个谁？哦，对，我自己找一下。
Some of the panelists can ensure you're on mute. And what you have the chance to do in this program is to not only do the JobSmart Edge activities, but also to gain 6 credit points towards your degree. So through the course or through the unit, you will be completing assessments, you will be provided with the skills, the models and the tools to really improve your employability, improve your career confidence, and help you to manage projects effectively. My name is Dr. Jaya Grant, and I have a background over 25 years of consulting experience. And through that experience, I have worked with a number of different organisations internationally.
With pharmaceutical companies in Asia and companies in Australia and, as I mentioned, internationally.
Sorry, I'm just going to jump in here. I'm so sorry. There seems to be a slight issue. We have quite a lot of people joining us on a link, and it's just causing a few issues because I'm trying to manage muting them as they join and keeping you not muted. So if I could just take a moment to mute all. Okay. Okay, that should be. Sorry, everyone. Just want to. I think what's happened is someone might have accidentally shared a link that was for a panelist, and some students who are attending now have accidentally used a panelist's link. So I'm just going to take a moment to try and push those newly joined students into the attendance box, just so that we can take control back under the presentation. Gaia, I'll just unmute you so you can keep speaking. It looks like things have slowed down again, so I should be able to now move people over into the attendance box. Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. Can you hear me all right now? I'm just going to mute my...
You've got a slight echo, unfortunately. Sorry, won't be long.
How's that?
That's much better, yeah.
Great. All right, so I'm not sure what you heard from what I said so far, but I just gave a bit of background to the course to let you know it's run alongside the JobSmart Edge activities, and to let you know a bit of my background. So I have a background in consulting for over 25 years, working with companies globally. And I bring that experience with me along with my academic experience and the research that I've done in innovative problem solving. And the idea is that I can teach you the skills and capabilities, the models and the tools that will help you to manage projects in a client context and will help you to become much more employable, to be career confident. So through a series of assessments, of learning experiences, we have interactive seminars, we have interactive workshops where you work in project teams. You will gain a lot of support and a lot of help with managing that digital industry online experience. So that client project will support you all the way through that. And you'll really gain a lot of benefit from working in those project teams with diverse groups of individuals, with students that you will probably remain friends with for life because it's such an intense experience. And you'll walk away with you know, a better CV, you'll have an e-portfolio that's been prepared, you'll learn how to present your strengths and capabilities in an interview context, and you'll learn how to prepare a client report and to present that report to a client, to reflect on the experience, to gain peer feedback and client feedback and to learn from that. So there's a lot of really amazing experiences that we go through in this course. So just to share with you what we go through in the program, we'll move on to the next slide. So you do gain credit towards your degree, and how the program works is, first of all, as I mentioned, you have real work experience. So you learn from that real client project work. Each team has a different project that they will be working on. And it's only through going through these experiences for yourself that you can really grow and learn and change the way that you do things. As I mentioned, you also get to discover and apply the latest research. So it's evidence-based. We're looking at the research into what makes you more employable. And that's according to the latest statistics, and that's coming out of the World Economic Forum. They tell us what are the latest skills that you need to be more employable in the future. So we talk about those and we teach you how to learn them and how to apply them. And finally, you will be able to develop your own innovative problem solving and leadership capabilities so that you will be able to go into client project work, and that makes you more employable. In terms of the format, it is an intensive elective format. So we run this session over 6 weeks during the April intensive session from the 22nd of March to the 2nd of May. So there is still time to sign up for this course. It's very exciting. We run it as a boot camp. So even though it's intense, I found that the students are highly motivated and really sort of engaged in the process, because we get to work hard and fast to bring some really practical, useful outcomes to the clients. And then after the client project of 2 weeks, then we have time after that to reflect and to learn and to make sure that learning is embedded and that you're able to build on that in your career. You do need to attend classes, so seminars. As I mentioned, they're interactive seminars. And as well as a 1 hour a week interactive seminar, then you also have 2 hours a week in an interactive workshop. And there will be, this year, there will be online format versions that you can participate in. We also provide you with, at the end of this, the 6 credit points. So assuming that you get through the module successfully, along with the JobSmart Edge activities, then you get to gain 6 credit points towards your degree. So it is a great benefit to add this course to the experience to really deepen and enhance the experience. So there's a lot you can join in the process. I'm going to now hand over to Raul, who is one of my star students from last semester. And Raul has really excelled in the way he participated in the program. He led one of the project groups, and then he's gone on to do more project work in United Nations projects. So I'm going to let him share more about his experiences and what he's learned from them.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. And so like so many of you, I actually heard about the BUS 6102 class for the first time when I enrolled in a similar webinar last semester. So at the time, I was actually a first semester student, and I'd worked for about 2 years, but I was quite lost professionally. Like, I wasn't sure where my career was headed. I didn't know, for example, what value I was bringing to a company when an employer asked me why they should hire me, for example, what my biggest strengths were. So when I learned more about this course, I was immediately attracted to it because of the structured approach that it offered to professional development. Now, as the other speakers have said already, building your employability is extremely important right now as a college student. And looking back, this unit has helped me achieve that and a whole lot more. So looking back, even at my own phase 1 experience, like it's not just about responding to your client's needs or whether, for example, your marketing plan actually helps improve sales. It's just as much about you as a student learning how to deal with these challenges as and when they come up. And with the help of the skills that this unit gave me, I was able to respond in real time to these challenges as and when they arose, and even come up with solutions that were customized to my own skill set and my temperament, which is again quite difficult. Once again, as Dr. Brand said, the prescribed readings and the assignments in this unit are in line with the JEC program. And I can assure you they played a huge role in the experience I had in both the unit and in my project with my own group. Many of them even challenged my perception of what it actually means to be a leader. And they inspired me to take on that role in my own group, which is something I probably would not have had the confidence to do if it weren't for this unit. I was also able to connect with other students that viewed their professional development the way I did. I learned just as much seeing how other students are responding to their clients' problems and how they're tackling conflict in their own group, for example. I've been in touch with many of the students and I've been involved in various professional opportunities with them ever since. Now, I'm not at all exaggerating when I say that this unit has been crucial in shaping my career planning and how I worked as a professional ever since. By learning more about my employability, I was able to learn more about the type of job I actually like to work in, the type of company I like to work in, and even more so how to actually get along with the people I am going to end up working with. Now, if you do the work that the Job Smart Edge program and this unit ask of you, I can guarantee you that you will have these same benefits as well. I've had one internship and one project since I was enrolled in this unit, and already the way I work is just so different. So if you're unsure about if you should enroll in this unit alongside the Job Smart Edge program, I can assure you once again that it will help you get much more out of the professional experiences you have throughout the duration of this program, and even just in your career and in the rest of your life. So thank you.
Okay, so now I think we might move on to the Q&A section for the unit part of the program. But also, if you still have questions regarding the other section and we have time at the end, we might jump back through to there. And we'll just try and work through the questions as fast as we can with the time that we have remaining. Okay, so starting at the top, I'm an international postgraduate student for the Masters of Commerce. I have heard that the Job Smart Edge could take 6 credit points of study if I enroll in bus 6102. However, I did not find bus 6102 in the selective units of study. I am a Masters of Commerce Extension student, so I wonder whether if I could still apply for 6102 for the credit points. That sounds like it might be a question for Gaia or for Jill, who I know is here. Here we go, here's Jill. There you go.
Okay, fantastic. Great question. So yes, as an MCOM extension student, you will be able to do BUZZ 6102. It should be in your Table A selective collection. So I encourage you to just jump back onto Sydney Student and you'll find it in the Table A selective collection. So that is different from the elective collection per se. These are for students who are starting in 2021 as a brand new student. So pop on there and it should be in your list there for your Table A selective collection. So I hope that helps and hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Jill. Okay, can I ask, what is the difference between bus 6102 and bus 6514? Gaia, do you recognize that one? 6514? Or Jill? Hello, Jill.
6514, I believe, is the self-sourced placement for the Will Hub. So self-sourced placement is a different unit of study to the BUZZ 6102 Job Smart Edge. So self-sourced placement is about you either finding your own placement or the Will Hub assisting you finding a placement. It's more likely for your own placement, and that has a different set of requirements that you need to do as part of that unit of study. So it is different. I encourage you to just, if you Google self-sourced placement, University of Sydney, you'll find the Will Hub page there and it'll give you some more information about exactly what that particular unit of study is for. But you're correct, it is different.
Thanks, Jill. Okay, next question was, may I know if this program is suitable for Year 1, Semester 1 students? And regarding this point, the point system, does it end once the program ends, or can it be carried on throughout the whole studies of USyd? Throw that open to Jill and Gaia. Gaia?
Could you please repeat the question, Shannon?
Is the unit suitable for year one, semester one? Is basically the top line of it.
Well, for a postgraduate international student, if you are in year one, semester one, there is allowance in the selective A table that you can take BUZZ 6102. You can take it in year one, semester one, or you can take it also in the other semesters as you go through the degree. And it's a great place to start because you get a really good foundation for building your confidence and your strengths in these areas. So highly recommended.
And the second part of the question, I think what the student was trying to allude to, which I sort of rushed through, sorry, was, is there any process to carry on the unit? So should you finish the unit, does it relate to another unit, or does it act like a prerequisite to another unit, which I don't think it does. I think it is a standalone unit, just to clarify.
That's correct. It is a standalone unit. So once you've completed the unit, you can move on to other electives. So the way it prepares you is just in terms of general preparation in those employability skills and capabilities.
Okay, the next question was, can we know the subject code? I think it'll appear a lot during this presentation, but it's BUZZ 6102. The JobSmart Edge, next question is, the JobSmart Edge is a team that is going to help us get into, I'm sorry, that was part of the last set of questions. I mustn't have ticked that one off. Next question, sorry. When exactly can we add the unit on Sydney Student? I've already added, but it does not show up on my units list. That sounds like might be a technical problem.
I'll start with that one.
Sure.
Because I've come across a student who's had this problem before. And what happened was that the student added it for semester one instead of adding it for the April intensive session. So just go back and check that you have added for the April intensive session, because that's how it is being run this semester. And hopefully it should then show up. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Jill. We just need to unmute Jill. Shannon.
Thank you. The other thing is that as part of BUZZ 6102, because as part of that unit, you need to be completing JobSmart Edge, there's what's called a departmental permission application as part of the unit on Sydney Student. So what essentially that means is when you go into Sydney Student and you see BUZZ 6102 for the April intensive, click apply, and it will say, do you want to submit a departmental permission application? And you say yes. What happens then is that application is held, and once you have registered for JobSmart Edge and attend one of the kickoff workshops, as Hash mentioned earlier, your departmental permission application will then be approved, because the unit of study can't be done on its own. It has to be done in concert with the JobSmart Edge program. So that's the main thing, is when you put that departmental permission application in, it won't be resolved until after you've attended one of the kickoff workshops. So just a little point on that. So it is absolutely there. And if you're an international student, you're absolutely into the unit. You just need to attend one of those kickoff workshops. And then once that has happened, you'll be approved into the unit and you will see it on your unit of study screen. You'll get access to the Canvas site, etc., etc.
Thanks very much. Okay, next question. Can I please ask whether BUZZ 6102 is going to be offered in 2021 semester 2?
It won't be in semester 2, but it will be in October intensive. So a similar period of time relative to semester 2. So yes, it will be offered. But if you're a first semester student now, I'd encourage you to take it on board this semester. Why not?
The next question is from, sorry, it's not from that, sorry, it was from a student asking if, is this only for international students?
Yes, it is. It's only being offered to international postgraduate students.
I'm a little bit, sorry, next question was, I'm a little bit confused. If we want to join the program, do we need to select the bus 6102 in the system and put it on the timetable now? However, the timetable has been set. I think this question is trying to allude to, is there a possibility to change and pick up the unit if I've already made my unit selections so far?
Yeah, great question. Yes, absolutely, it totally is. So for semester one as a new student, we have what's called the last day to add, and that basically means that's the last day to change your unit of study selection for semester one. And for semester one, that's Friday of week 2. So you do have a chance right now to add Buzz 6102 to your unit of study selections for this semester. As I mentioned before, you'll need to go through the departmental permission step, but absolutely, yes, you can do it. And once you've attended the kickoff workshop, you'll gain entry to Buzz 6102, and then it will appear on your timetable as well.
Okay, great. Next question. I wanted to ask about my GPA. When we finish the course, will the unit be graded and will it influence my GPA?
Unit is graded, yes. So it's graded like any usual unit. You have assessments to complete. There is no exam, that's the good news. It's really based on your performance throughout the semester. So as you complete those assessments, you get grades, and then the final grade goes towards your GPA.
I might just also chime in here as well, because I think there were some students who were undergraduate and were wondering if even if you do it as a co-curricular, it'll affect your GPA. No, it doesn't. So it only affects your GPA if you enroll in it as a unit. Okay. Next question is, I've completed the JobSmart Edge program and moved on to phase 3. Am I still eligible to take this unit? So Shannon, if you could please just repeat again. So they have already completed? They have moved on to phase 3. Right. That makes sense. So, yes. So we've actually renamed phase 3 to JobSmart Ultra. So that's what I was referring to before. So if you have completed, if you completed JobSmart Edge last semester, the only way that you can re-enroll in it is, or sorry, re-register for it, is if you didn't do the digital industry project. But if you did do the digital industry project, unfortunately, because you have kind of taken up that opportunity, you will only be able to then move on to doing JobSmart Ultra, which was previously called phase 3. Okay, so the next question was, can I enroll in 4 subjects plus this program in one semester? I'll throw that to Jill, I think.
Great question. Thanks, Shannon. Yes, you can. So the university sets a limit for enrolments within a semester period as 5 units of study, or what's equivalent to 30 credit points. A normal study load for a student is 4 units of study, or 24 credit points. So whilst you can take it as an additional 5th unit, I just ask you to think about the time involved in doing 5 units of study at once. And you may want to think about perhaps doing it only as one of 4 units instead of 5, just because every unit of study, requires commitment not only in your timetable classes, but also outside of your timetable classes for reading, for assignments, for preparation and things like that. So whilst you can, there's not a cap that would prevent you from that. It's probably best just to think about your own study habits and ability to cope with 5 units at once.
I can add to that too, that some students do like to try the different options and then make a decision once by the date that they need to make a decision by. So you can try the unit and then for the first week, and you can try it alongside other units, and then you'll know which ones you might want to continue with. So some students do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a reminder for all international students, you do have to enroll in 4 units per semester. That's part of your visa obligations. So you can't go less than 4 units of study, just so you know.
Okay, next question was, I'm going to be undertaking my last semester this year. Can I enroll for the same, which I think means, can I enroll in this unit as well? I'll just throw that open to Jill and Gaia.
As long as you have room in your degree program, you can enrol. So you can enrol at any point during your postgraduate degree. So just make sure that you've checked that you have room for this in the selective A option, and you should be fine to enrol.
Yeah, basically the Department of Admission application on Sydney Student will actually check that you have space remaining in your degree, because of course this unit of study doesn't go towards you know, a major or a core component of your degree, so you just have to make sure that there is space remaining. I might bring in Hash just to comment in terms of if they've previously done JobSmart in the past, and you kind of covered it in the last answer, but maybe you want to expand on that a little too.
Thanks, Jill. So yeah, so you are very welcome to take part in JobSmart Edge, even if it's your final semester. But the only I guess exception to that rule is that if you did JobSmart Edge last semester and you took part in the digital industry project, you unfortunately will not be able to do JobSmart Edge again, and by extension enroll in the course. But if you didn't do JobSmart Edge last semester, or you did and maybe you had a number of other time commitments and you just weren't able to finish it, then you're very welcome to rejoin JobSmart Edge this semester, and by extension enroll in the unit as well.
Okay, next question. If I receive 6 credit points for this program, do I need to pay the tuition fee?
I can't confirm exactly how much the fee is, but I can confirm that it is a unit of studies and you do pay the same fee as you would usually pay for a unit of studies. So yes, and what you're paying for is to get those 6 credit points towards your degree. So it's absolutely of value because you're not only getting the 6 credit points, but you're getting all that career help as well. So you still walk away with the CV and the LinkedIn profile and all of those tools and models and etc.
So if you choose to do it just as a co-curricular program, it is free. But if you want to bring in all the other wonderful reflective exercises that you do as part of the elective unit, and you get that extra career support that comes with that unit, and then you also then get the credit points as well, then yes, it's a paid course.
Correct.
Next question, this might be a little bit more for Jill. Is there a similar unit for undergrad students?
Not currently, no. This is just for postgraduate students. However, undergraduate students will get not exactly the same, but a similar type of flavour in your core unit for second year, Buzz 2000, which is a lot about reflective practice. It's called Leading and Influencing in Business. So there are some aspects to that are similar, but unfortunately, no, we don't have the Buzz 6102 option for undergraduate students.
And I can add to that, there is a number of units offered by the Work Integrated Learning Hub. So Buzz 6102 sits under the Work Integrated Learning Hub discipline, and there are other business practicum courses, the self-sourced, the international program placements, etc. So there are a number of other options that also give you this sort of client project experience.
Okay, sorry, I'm just reading through a couple of questions, some that we've already answered in other questions, so I'm just quickly trying to scan. Next question was, can I finish all 3 phases without enrolling in any units? Hash, can I throw that one to you? I guess that's a similar question, a similar situation of the phase 3 terminology.
Yeah, sure. So JobSmart has, we now currently run 2 phases. So that's JobSmart Edge and JobSmart Ultra. So yes, absolutely. If let's say you don't have have a space to do the elective unit, then you're very welcome to take part in both Edge and Ultra purely as a co-curricular program.
Good. Whilst putting it on Sydney Student, it is asking for an alternative elective. What do I add in case you're not looking if you're not looking at any alternative option?
Good question. So the system just prompts you to put something in there just as a placeholder. But if you are an international student and you are intending to do JobSmart Edge, then you won't necessarily need that fallback option. It's just that the system requires you to have it there. So you could put an alternate unit, pick a unit of study. It's a system limitation. So just pop something in there as an alternate. But if you meet the criteria of being an international student and going to attend the kickoff workshops for JobSmart Edge, the enrolment will be processed into Buzz 6102.
Okay, great. Next question. Is the format run similar to those organised by Practera? I'm not quite sure if I know what Practera is, unfortunately.
I can answer that.
Okay, great.
So Practera is actually the online platform that is used by JobSmart Edge as part of the JobSmart Edge program. So that enables us to engage with the client and complete a series of consecutive exercises. And as Kashendra talked about, that was part of the points that you earn and the progression that you go through to reach the end of the program. So both the JobSmart Edge co-curricular students and the JobSmart Edge in-curricular students participate in this Practera platform and go through this progression together. So that includes the interaction with the client for the client project. So that's a nice platform that enables us to use technology to connect and to ensure that you're able to get through all of the stages successfully.
Okay, fantastic. There's another question which relates to bus 6104. This student seems to not be able to find bus 6102. I'll read the question. I'm also a Masters of Commerce Extension student, and as mentioned, bus 6102 is not in the elective course list. Just as a reminder, we did mention it's a selective unit, not an elective unit. The closest seems to be bus 6104. Jill, is bus 6104, do you know?
It's a different unit of studies. So
Yeah.
if you're having that issue, we might just drop in the chat the Will Hub's email address, and if you can just, with your University of Sydney email account, just send us your details. So just your name, your student ID number, and the issue that you're experiencing, and we'll look into it. It should be showing up in the table A selective. That's for students who commenced their degree this semester, so semester 1. If you commenced your degree last year in the MCOM, then the curriculum is slightly changed, so it will be in the elective collection for students who started MCOM last year. But if you're a brand new MCOM or MCOM extension student this semester, then it should be in table A selective. But I'll drop in the chat the Will Hub email address. If you could just send that details there, then we can investigate for you. So apologies if that's not showing up, but we'll get it sorted.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, you go.
Yeah. I was just going to clarify, so somebody has mentioned Buzz 6104. I'm also taking that unit of studies this semester, so I'm across both of them. And the difference is that that is a full semester course or full semester unit, and it is engaging with one client for the whole semester. So if you like to have more time to process this sort of work and you would rather not take the intensive format, then this is a good alternative option. So it's a similar approach to client project work, has a slightly different model that we're using and slightly different emphasis in the assessments, but you'll find that it is an option if you can't enroll in 6102 for any reason.
Okay, and now
Shannon, we can't hear you at the moment. Your sound has dropped out. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Am I back?
Back.
Sorry. If we, I just need to wrap up relatively soon, but I'll try and power through the questions that we have at the moment. But if we could just hold off on the questions now. One question was, can I choose my client? in this program?
You are allocated to a group, and then the group is allocated to a client. So students do not choose their clients. But I think this is a great learning experience because you can't always choose. If you're a consultant, you can't always choose the project. So you have to learn to work with different types of clients and different types of projects. And what's amazing is there's a great variety of clients and projects. So, you know, from for-profit organisations, large for-profit organisations, through to not-for-profit organisations, and you know, great range of different types of challenges, anything from challenges with marketing through to challenges with trying to reach different market groups, through to, you know, trying to solve specific logistics problems that an organisation might have. So the variety is great.
Excellent. I will note that there seem to be some students who keep repeating the question, I can't find the unit in the selective. Thanks so much for that feedback. If you could just reach out to us via an email, we'll look into that separately, just because we have answered that question. And I understand that some of you are asking the question again because you feel that we haven't understood. I think we have understood, and we just might need to work with you after this and have a look at what's going on there. But thanks so much for pointing out that that you're still having that issue. We'll definitely help you work through that and make sure it's nothing on our end. But yeah, we'll look at that after this webinar with you offline, if that's okay. Do I need to sign up for JobSmart Ultra? Is it a compulsory part of the program?
No, you don't. So you just need to sign up for Edge, and Ultra is also on invite basis. So it's only if you complete JobSmart Edge that you'll be invited to take part in Ultra.
Okay, next question. Hi there, just for clarification, is it correct, if I choose bus 6102, will there be less specialization related unit of study options?
So Buzz 6102 does not count towards your specialisation. So no, answer to the question, quick question is no. What it does is, as part of the MCOM and MCOM extension, those who are starting this semester, there are 3 units of study that you need to take as part of the Table A selective collection. And this would take the place of one of those Table A selective units, but it's not counted towards one of your specialisations.
Also, Jill, sorry, just while I have you here, what would be, if a student is having trouble with the finding the unit in the selective range, is the Student Centre the best port of call for assistance with that?
Yeah, so the Student Centre does help with enrolment, but given that we seem to have a few students with that issue, I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing wrong from a system perspective that's preventing that from being seen. So I appreciate everyone's patience on that. We'll just make sure that it's not that. So I appreciate people emailing that business.will email account, just so we can just make sure from our perspective that it's all good, and then you should be able to submit it. But please don't worry, don't panic. There's still plenty of time for you to submit your departmental permission application to enroll in Buzz 6102. Welcome week is only next week. We haven't started the semester yet, so there's still lots of time for that to happen.
Okay, can all registered students join the 3-week projects, or is there an entry requirement?
So when I'm assuming the student, when they mean register, that's for the co-curricular option. So I'm just going to go answer it based on that assumption. So yeah, so if you are if you've registered to JobSmart Edge, whether you are doing the unit alongside or not, if you complete every activity and win 1,000 points, yes, you will be invited to do the 3-week consulting project over winter.
Okay, fantastic. Look, we are really running out of time, guys. We're staying late for you. We've only got a few more questions, but if I could really ask, just hold off now, and we'll try really hard to get to these last ones really fast. Next question was going to be, if my specialization is finance, is my client from that industry, or could it be from any industry?
Could be from any industry. So not necessarily, but from finance. But again, I think you will find that that's actually very helpful to extend your thinking and extend your capabilities to different contexts, because you'll find that your employability skills should apply in any industry, in any area. Because we're focusing on the innovative problem-solving capabilities, and we're focusing on your leadership skills, your collaboration skills, and all of those apply in any industry.
Okay, next question. Almost there, only 3 to go. Is this a good option for a student with prior corporate experience who would not look at a graduate role but would be applying for more experienced roles in the job market?
Absolutely. It's great for anyone at any level, because it forces you to really focus on honing your skills and developing them to the highest level possible for you. So no matter what stage you are at, you will be encouraged to extend yourself and to stretch those skills and to develop those capabilities, so that you can step out and into the sort of role that you're next due to take on.
And if I may chime into that as well, if getting work experience in Australia is something that is important to you, it's super important that perhaps, let's say you are a finance student and your industry project doesn't end up being specifically finance related, you still get to work with an Australian company. That still counts as Australian experience. And unfortunately, and one thing that I have observed as a previous international student as well, is that corporates here look for Australian experience on your resume. And just by doing one project like the digital industry, or maybe 2 with the 3-week project that you do over winter, you would then have 1 or 2 local experience projects that you'd be doing. And that doesn't matter where you're doing it from, it's still for an Australian company.
Okay, cool. And just moving down the home straight now, I think this relates to a previous question about JobSmart Edge Ultra in relation to 6 credit points. I think it was asking for clarification. Does this imply that the JobSmart Edge Ultra program would be another 6 credit points?
No, so JobSmart Edge, that's the only program currently that offers an opportunity for you to earn, to do an elective unit that complements it. JobSmart Ultra is a standalone co-curricular careers and employability program.
Okay, second last question. I was considering between 6102 and 6104, as it mentioned that it's almost the same. I'm sorry, not sure if that was quite what was said. Therefore, may I know where I should send an email to get more information? Is it business.will@sydney.edu.au?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Okay, great.
And if it's something we can help answer, it will be forwarded through to me, and I can assist with providing more details about those 2 options.
Okay, and then last question. I'm worried about having enough time to complete the program. Could I get some more information about the length of the course and how much time I will need to be setting aside for the assignments?
So the course runs for 6 weeks. Out of those 6 weeks, 2 of the weeks are engaged in the intensive client project. So over the 6 weeks, you will be attending 1 hour per week lecture plus 2 hours per week workshop. And all of that is to assist you with the client project. So you will be working with your project team in the workshops to help you prepare to meet the client, to understand their brief, to prepare the proposal, to communicate with the client, and to follow up afterwards with the presentations. So all of that is designed to support you through the client experience. But during the 2 weeks, it becomes very intensive. So there could be up to 20 or 30 hours during that client project where you're working with your team to make sure you have the proposal prepared. The assessments that you do as part of the course help you with the client project. So you need to, in the first assessment, set your goals. Then you prepare the draft client report. So it's part of the JobSmart Edge program. And then after the client experience, you prepare an e-portfolio to show what you have developed and learnt, and you present about that e-portfolio and have a reflective piece that you present to your peers and get feedback from them. So it's all tied in together with the JobSmart Edge experience.
Okay, well, that's all the questions now answered. So I think we might do a bit of a wrap up and a thank you, and do the final farewell. I'll hand back over to you, Hash.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shannon. So just to recap very quickly, I know you guys have so many questions, and that's really understandable. I know that when I was just about to start uni, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much information. But I think, like, I will promise you that once you get that email on Monday, you log on, you book into one of the workshops happening in week 2, we go in detail across all the activities that are there, and Jay is actually going to join me for every workshop. So there's actually so much more time for all your questions to be answered. So I think that if the one thing for you right now is, I'm intrigued by this program, I want to do the digital industry experience, I'm potentially interested in the postgraduate unit as well, reach out to us, and more than anything, just book into that workshop, because we can provide you with more guidance and assistance on whether you want to just do it as a co-curricular or you want to do it with that unit. So please submit your EOI for JobSmart on that link at the top. Shannon, if you're able to just drop it again, once again, in the chat, if someone missed it, that would be really wonderful. And also apply for departmental permission for bus 6102. So that's again for the postgraduate students, and you have the link there. And most important is register for the welcome workshop. Again, using that email that is going to be sent to your Sydney Uni inbox on Monday. Those workshop spaces go out very, very quickly. So make sure that once you have your timetables and everything sorted, that you are booked in to attend it. And again, all those workshops are online. So you just need to jump on Zoom at a time that suits you around your schedule. And we will kind of give you some more advice and support you from there. And for any questions around bus 6102, there's the email there at the bottom. It's business.will@sydney.edu.au. I think Jill and Jaya will be very happy to support you with that enrollment process and provide you with any other questions, answers to any other questions you have. But I think apart from that, I think we're done. And thank you so much for staying with us throughout this entire webinar. Again, we're so excited to have you joining the business school, and can't wait to see you online and maybe in person at some stage as well.